Hello everyone, I'm Greg Otto with FedScoop TV, and we're here at the Social Innovation Summit. I'm talking with Dan Correa as Senior Advisor for Innovation Policy at the White House's Office of Science and Technology Policy. Dan, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So, what are the most important initiatives the White House can support to help localities and states make cities smarter?
Well, there's a number of things.
Okay.
So the White House last year launched a Smart Cities initiative.
Okay.
Which invests and made an initial investment of $160 million
Okay.
to support both research for next generation technologies
Okay.
that will have applicability to cities to help them solve pressing challenges, but also to help the cities deploy and adopt new technologies on the ground today.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's our overarching initiative, but I want to give you just a few examples of things that
Sure,
the federal
love to hear
government, the White House, and the federal government can support. The first one is actually the Department of Transportation recently announced a Smart City Challenge,
Right.
which includes $40 million for a single city to develop what will become a really terrific testbed and ecosystem for what next generation transportation system looks like. So we're talking about autonomous vehicles, connected vehicles, smart infrastructure. Essentially, the Department of Transportation has said to cities, we want to see your best ideas to help you solve your transportation challenges, and we're going to give you, if you have the best ideas, we're going to give you $40 million to do it. It's an exciting new approach for how the federal government can fund innovation in this area, so we're particularly excited about that as one example.
Okay, so what kind of effect do you think the recommendations generated by the President's Council of Advisors will have, and how will it spur action forward besides what the Department of Transportation is doing?
Right. So you're referencing the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology,
Correct,
which
yes.
recently released a report on technology and the future of cities.
Right. Okay.
Now, this report recommends, it builds on our Smart Cities initiative and recommends some additional steps that the federal government can take, not just the White House, but also all federal agencies. And the kinds of recommendations that are included are things like improving coordination among federal agencies, making sure that we're making our data assets available to cities and local communities, but also creating new funding mechanisms and opportunities, just like the DOT, Department of Transportation Smart Cities Challenge. Okay. So they've recommended that the federal government create more opportunities like that in other areas coming from other agencies. So these recommendations, I think, these are exciting. If executed, I think that could have dramatic impact for augmenting what cities can do and taking new steps in this area. Because quite simply, cities face a very uncertain path to adoption of new technologies. They face a lot of challenges and capacity. So really giving them the space to create this kind of vision and to try to execute on it is going to be a very important piece. So we're particularly excited about that aspect of the recommendation.
Interesting. Another initiative, the Metro Lab Network. It's been around for a few months. How's it going? What results are we seeing from that?
So the Metro Lab Network was announced by 27 cities and their local research universities. Okay. It was announced at the launch of our Smart Cities initiative last year. So it's independent from the federal government. It's independent from the White House. Okay. It's so I'm not privy to their internal operations, but they articulated for themselves a goal of each city-university pair collaborating and taking on 3 smart city projects. And what we mean is, when we say smart city projects, we're seeing universities being a key asset to cities in terms of helping them build the technical capacity, providing research expertise where researchers are coming in and using the city as a test bed. Right. So these 27 cities and universities, and the roster continues to grow, they're taking on new projects, they're collaborating to share knowledge across the network. It's a particularly exciting effort. And let me give you an example of the kinds of projects that they're taking on. So Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh, they've worked very closely over the past several years, and they've decided to use the city as a test bed. Pittsburgh invited them in, and all it took was 9 stoplights downtown. Pittsburgh said, okay, we'll give you access to 9 stoplights. Let's deploy the latest technology and algorithms in order to figure out how to optimize traffic flow through the downtown area. And that's all it took. And Carnegie Mellon deployed the technology, researched it, and their findings were that by optimizing the stoplights in a related way, connecting them together, they could reduce commute times by approximately 25%.
Wow.
Downtown, which is substantial. So that's an example of the kinds of efforts that are coming out of university-city collaborations, and we're following that closely because we expect to see many more.
Great, great. Well, I'm interested to see what kind of projects comes out of these cities, and I'm sure the White House will be on top of it to let us know how things are going.
Absolutely.
Great, Dan. Thanks for joining us today.
Great. Thanks for having me.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more information, check out fedscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.